Have you ever had a dream so big, so wild, it felt almost impossible? A dream you wanted to shout from the rooftops, but were too scared anyone would hear. Well, today we're diving into a story all about that feeling. A story filled with heart, humor, and some seriously catchy tunes. Let's talk about the animated gem Sing. Our story starts with a charismatic koala named Buster Moon. He's the proud owner of the Moon Theatre, a once grand establishment that has, let's say, seen better days. Buster is an eternal optimist, a showman through and through who fell in love with theatre as a young koala. But passion doesn't always pay the bills, and the bank is threatening to foreclose. Buster is down, but he's not out. He needs one big, spectacular idea to save his beloved theatre. And that's when it hits him. A singing competition, the greatest singing competition the world has ever seen. He scrapes together the last of his money for a prize of $1,000. He types up the flyers himself, ready to plaster them all over the city. But here's where fate and a bit of a clerical error steps in. His elderly and slightly glass-eyed iguana assistant, Miss Crawley, is helping with the flyers. A gust of wind from a fan sends the papers flying, and in the chaos, 2 extra zeros are accidentally added to the prize money. $1,000 becomes a life-changing $100,000 before Buster can realize the mistake. The flyers are scattered across the city, landing in the hands, paws, and hooves of our future stars. First up, we meet Rosita, a pig who is a supermom to 25 piglets. Her days are a whirlwind of chores, packed lunches, and engineering marvels made of string and pulleys just to get breakfast on the table. She loves her family dearly, but deep down she misses the person she used to be, the girl who loved to sing and dance. The flyer lands in her shopping cart, a tiny spark of hope in her chaotic routine. Then there's Ash, a porcupine punk rocker. She's in a band with her self-absorbed boyfriend who constantly dismisses her songwriting talent. She just wants her voice to be heard, literally and figuratively. When the flyer blows past her, she sees a chance to finally step into the spotlight on her own terms, away from his shadow. We also meet Johnny, a gorilla with a voice as smooth as velvet. There's just one problem. His dad is the leader of a gang of robbers, and he wants Johnny to follow in the family business. Johnny is torn between his loyalty to his father and his secret passion for singing. He practices in the alleyways, his powerful voice echoing his inner conflict. The flyer represents a different path, a chance to be someone else. Next, there's Mena, an elephant with a voice so powerful it could shake the very foundations of the theatre. But she's crippled by stage fright. Just the thought of singing in front of others makes her freeze. She goes to the audition, but at the last second, fear gets the better of her. Buster, thinking she's there for a stagehand job, hires her, keeping her close to the stage she so desperately wants to be on. And let's not forget Mike, a tiny mouse with a colossal ego and a voice straight out of the Rat Pack era. He's a street performer, a hustler who sees the $100,000 prize as his ticket to the high life. He's arrogant, he's cocky, but you can't deny his talent. He's all in, ready to do whatever it takes to win. Finally, there's Gunter, a flamboyant and energetic pig with a heart of gold and a wardrobe full of sparkly leotards. He's pure, unadulterated joy. He auditions with Rosita, and their pairing is initially awkward. He's all about letting loose while she's still trapped in her shell. The auditions are a hilarious montage of the city's hidden talents, and Buster, blinded by the massive turnout, has no idea it's all based on a lie. He selects his cast, promising them a prize he doesn't have. The rehearsals begin, and it's a beautiful, chaotic mess. Johnny struggles to balance practice with his dad's heists. Rosita has to build an elaborate automated system at home just to sneak away for rehearsals. Ash clashes with Buster, who wants her to be a pop princess instead of the rocker she is. Buster, meanwhile, is trying every trick in the book to raise the prize money. His schemes get more and more desperate, culminating in a plan to impress a potential sponsor, the wealthy and famous singer Nana Noodleman. He decides to create a spectacular water tank stage, filling it with glowing squid. What could possibly go wrong? Well, everything. Johnny gets caught up in a getaway gone wrong, and his father and the gang are arrested. Heartbroken, Johnny visits his dad in prison, who refuses to even look at him. Rosita's carefully constructed home automation system fails spectacularly. Ash, after a big fight with her boyfriend, finally writes her own song from the heart, but Buster is too distracted to notice. And Mike, after cheating at cards, finds himself on the run from a trio of very angry bears. The climax of Buster's desperation comes during the water tank rehearsal. The weight of the water, combined with the pressure from the bears chasing Mike onto the stage, proves too much. The glass cracks, and the entire theater is flooded before collapsing into a pile of rubble. It's over. Everyone's dreams are washed away with the debris. Buster is defeated. He retreats to his friend Eddie's pool house, his spirit completely broken. The contestants, now jobless and dreamless, go to see him. But they don't go to yell at him. They go to thank him. He brought them together. He gave them a taste of their dream. Mena, finally finding her courage, starts to sing Hallelujah. Her voice, pure and beautiful, echoes through the ruins. One by one, the others join in. Buster hears them, and that little spark of optimism inside him really ignites. He realizes the show was never about the money. It was about the music, the passion, the community they built. They decide to put on one last show, not for a prize, but for themselves, on a makeshift stage in the rubble of the theater. They clean up the site and use their own resourcefulness to build a stage. Word spreads, and soon a huge crowd gathers, including Johnny's dad, who hears his son singing on the prison TV and, filled with pride, breaks out to see him perform. The final show is pure magic. Gunter helps Rosita finally let go, and they bring the house down with a dazzling performance. Johnny pours all his emotion into a song on the piano, finally connecting with his father. Ash rocks the stage with her original song, proving her incredible talent. Mike wows the crowd with his classic showmanship. And Mena, no longer afraid, brings everyone to their feet with her powerhouse vocals. The show is a massive success. It doesn't win them any money, but it does something more important. It brings the community together and captures the attention of Nana Noodleman, who was in the audience. Moved by their passion, she buys the lot and helps Buster rebuild the Moon Theatre, bigger and more beautiful than ever before. Sing is a story that reminds us that sometimes the biggest obstacles we face are the ones we put in front of ourselves. It's about having the courage to take that first step, to let your voice be heard even if it trembles. It shows us that failure isn't the end, but often it's the necessary detour that leads you to where you truly need to be. It's about finding your family in the most unexpected places and realizing that the journey, the shared passion, is the real prize. So, what's your song? Maybe it's time to start singing it. Thanks for watching with me today. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more stories from the world of animation. See you next time.